Best intro in the game. Thank you, everybody. So here's the deal. Somebody in the chat, I saw this. Somebody was like, well, Dick's house is on fire. We were talking yesterday about the fact that California is on fire. And of course, California is on fire because they are surrounded by water. So who knew? This is a brand new. I'm trying to still work out the math on this. I still have people tweeting at me, leaving comments, messages saying, Jesse, the salt. They keep mentioning the salt and the water and how it's bad. They go, the salt is bad for the land because if you use the salt water to put out the fires, then you can never grow a crop again. Oh yeah, so worried about all the crops from Cal. Oh no, we can't have almond milk anymore. Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure you probably need to have, all the other stuff beyond the land in order for the farming part to make any sense. Like if all right, let's say that the soil is not ruined, right? Maybe it's even made richer by the fire. What's going to be really hard to grow your crops with is all the fire if the crop is on fire, you're probably not getting anywhere with it. So anyway, Dick's house is not on fire. That's not the excuse. That doesn't work because Dick, I believe, is going live right now on his own channel. Hang on a second. Let's actually check in with that real quick. YouTube.com. And let's go to, what is it? Biggest Problem. I think Biggest Problem is live. Now, I mentioned Ethan Ralph at the top of the show. Ethan Ralph, Dick Masterson, Vito, they're all having this gigantic falling out with each other right now. As we speak, it's getting crazy. And Milo literally made Ethan, for the first time ever, snake on Dick, which is kind of incredible. Oh, yeah, see, we're 2 minutes away from the biggest problem in the universe starting. So I guess, I don't know if Ethan was supposed to be on the biggest problem right now. I don't know how Milo was supposed to be involved. I'm not sure what the fucking deal is with any of this stuff. We'll ask Milo about it and figure it all out. But Milo's entire timeline, he's an interesting guy. Every day is a new, horrifying, dramatic problem. And I know, Milo is an ex-gay guy, but you wouldn't know it from looking at the amount of fights he's in every single. It's one of the most over-dramatic, queenie sort of things you've ever seen. Every single day he's getting into a fight with a new guy. You got Alex Stein, which I love. You got Dick Masterson. I love it. You got Ethan Ralph. Holy shit. Ethan Ralph at the absolute lowest, the worst he's ever been. I think it's safe to say. People were asking me after the show yesterday too, did you really like Ethan? Did you really hate And I've always been very clear about this with Ethan Ralph. He used to be one of the most entertaining characters, these internet characters, there's ever been. And then he hosted Pod Awful, and Pod Awful made it worse. I don't know what happened, but one day Ethan Ralph no longer knew how to do a fucking show whatsoever. It's the Pod Awful curse. I don't know what's going on. I just know I'm happy to be here. People are saying H2BH in the chat right now. Jesse and Milo are kind of the perfect duo. Don't start shipping us or anything. I also got to ask Milo about Pariah the doll. He's spending a lot of time with Pariah the doll, who I don't know if we're supposed to now just call, Pariah the doll. It was a trans, right? It was a model. And one of those that was like, kind of past. Like, there's probably a lot of people who thought that was like actually a lady and fell for her. And then now he is detransitioning back into a guy. And the way you do that is you shave your head. That's all it takes. And so now I'm not really sure if it count. Like, I think they're living together. I don't know if they're trying to do this ex-gay thing with each other. And I don't know if we're supposed to call them Pariah the doll anymore or just, John or whatever. I don't know what their name is. But it's what a very odd and fascinating bunch all of these people are. So Milo will be on in just a bit. Ethan gave up a long time ago. They said, that's a dude. Someone in the chat room says, uh-oh. Yeah, a few people were fooled. You know, another guy that we got to talk about with Milo is Nick Fuentes. I really want to get his opinion on, and let me know in the chat, by the way. We'll take questions from the chat as well. If you got anything you want to ask Milo. By the way, we're live right now. I'm in the Discord, podawful.com/Discord. If you want to call in, join our call-in channel, podawful.com/cult, and you can call in. I do want to ask him about Nick Fuentes and the entire, what are his theories on the gunman? I can't get over this gunman thing. I really didn't want to get this involved in the Nick Fuentes lore, the Nick Fuentes, the politics of it all and everything. I know I'm not helping myself by bringing on Milo. Actually, hang on a second. Let me look this up real quick. What was this thing called? I think it's called this. I got to ask him about this. This is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my entire life. But I want to ask him about, Nick Fuentes was in a group chat with the trans person Pariah the Doll and also a bunch of other trans people. I got to get the inside scoop on all this stuff. We got to find out what was going on there. And then I really, really got to find out. I really, really got to find out about this right here. I would imagine for Milo, he's had some embarrassing moments, and most of it, I'm sure, he's the type of guy where he's so used to it. He's such a troll that all this stuff kind of rolls off his back. It's no big deal to him. I kind of wonder what are moments that he finds embarrassing. Is it kissing Gavin McInnes on the mouth? Is the most embarrassing thing in his career, everybody dumping him and, accusing him of being a pedophile and all this stuff. I mean, that would have to be pretty shocking. But I would imagine that probably the most embarrassing thing of his career is this right here. This is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, all right, I got to be honest with you. I'm not a gamer. I don't know nothing about Gamergate. It's the two things I hate the most, gaming and politics. But this right here is called Mount Gamergate. And it's like a meme or like a political cartoon. And it's got this little girl sitting there and she goes, "Who are these guys, Dad?" And there's this big carving in the background on a mountain. And the dad says, "That's Sargon." I'm sorry. Oh my God. Literally just saying Sargon is so wild. What year is it? 2025. This image was made 9 years ago. Ooh. Only 90s kids remember.
Where are they now?
Oh my God, Lenny. That's Sargon, Milo, and Adam. I don't know who Adam is. He's like
I don't either.
One of the biggest heads on Mount Gamergate. No clue. The internet aristocrat. And
AKA Medicare.
Yeah, that's Mr. Medicare, right? And Ralph, honey. And then I was looking at this and I'm like, is the dead skull man Ethan Ralph? Did he used to be known as one of the Earth's skullmen? And apparently I literally had to Google this. I had to look it up. I'm such a dweeb. But yes, this is like his old look. People used to not know what Ethan Ralph looked like, I guess. He was like a hidden internet cartoon man. And so imagine if they knew. Imagine if they had he would never have made it on the mountain if they had any idea. And they'd be updating. They'd be chiseling the mountain every year, adding new folds and tits onto him. How do you even give a mountain a black eye? Imagine that year. Holy shit. So, yeah, the dad is like, here's all our favorite guys, which I also love the fact that, the real Mount Rushmore's only got 4 guys on it, but they were like, Sargon's too important. we gotta get Sargon on there. How funny too is it like that 3 of the guys out of the 5 are cartoon avatars? Anyway, this has got to be Milo's most embarrassing moment ever because look at this fucking depiction of him. And then the guy says, 5 great men who helped save Western civilization. Guys, we did it.
Beautiful people. Beautiful.
The day is finally safe thanks to Ethan, Ralph, and friends. And it is because now we can play Call of Duty and, be a terrorist. And the games where a lady's butt isn't fully visible, they don't make any money. So Western civilization is saved. Anyway, come on over, all of India. Help us save Western civilization. One Indian at a time. I stare at this image. The first time I ever saw this, because again, I'm not in on any of this. Have you ever seen this before, Lenny?
Yes.
Scott, you seen this before?
I haven't seen it before, but I have perused the Gamergate subreddits and stuff like that.